The job posting said entry level. You read it 3 times. Entry level. Bachelor's degree required. 3 to 5 years of relevant experience preferred. Proficiency in 4 software platforms you had never opened. Strong communication skills. Passion for the industry. Salary, $34,000 to $38,000 annually. You applied anyway. That was application number 34. You had sent the first 33 over the previous 8 weeks, each one tailored individually because every career website said that was the thing to do. Each cover letter rewritten from scratch, each rejection email almost identical. We appreciate your interest. We have decided to move forward with other candidates. We wish you the best in your search. 31 of those. 2 silences. 1 phone screen that lasted 11 minutes. They did not call back. It is October. You graduated in May. You have $340 left in your checking account. You have a degree in a field that is apparently not experiencing a shortage of people with 3 to 5 years of experience. You are not underqualified. You are underexperienced. There's a difference, and it is costing you 4 months of your life per rejection cycle, and nobody explained it to you before you signed the enrollment form. You graduated believing the gap existed between those who had degrees and those who did not. That was the promise. 4 years, significant money, a piece of paper that opened the door. Nobody mentioned that the door had a second lock. The second lock was experience, not theoretical experience, not classroom experience, not the internship you did for 3 months between your junior and senior year where you mostly formatted spreadsheets and attended meetings you were not introduced in. Real experience, demonstrated track record, proven results across multiple projects, preferably at a company whose name they recognized. You had a degree, you had 3 months of spreadsheet formatting, you had passion for the industry. The posting said that was enough. The posting was describing a different person. By November, you had a job. Not the job, a job. $31,000 a year, a title that said coordinator. Work that was adjacent to your degree, the way a parking lot is adjacent to a concert. You could hear the music. You were not inside. You told yourself it was a starting point. You told yourself you were building now, gaining real experience, the kind the postings were asking for. You were right. You were also going to need 2 years to prove it. The comparison arrived without being invited. Marcus graduated the same year you did, different school, same degree, different city. Marcus got a job at a firm you recognized from your textbooks, $52,000. Benefits, a title that meant something. You were not jealous of Marcus, you were confused by Marcus. Because Marcus was not smarter than you. Marcus had done an internship junior year at a company connected to the firm that eventually hired him. The person who ran that internship knew the person who ran hiring at the firm. That was the entire thing. You had not done that internship because you had been working 20 hours a week at the campus coffee shop to cover the gap your financial aid did not cover. You did not have 20 free hours a week to be unpaid somewhere that might eventually know someone that might eventually hire you. The pipeline that feeds the entry-level jobs that require 5 years of experience runs through the unpaid internships that require 20 free hours a week, that require a financial cushion that not everyone arrives with. You were not excluded by accident. You were excluded by architecture. By year 2, you had a new title, Associate, $36,500. The work was more interesting, The ceiling was still visible from where you sat. You started applying again, not to the entry-level postings this time, to the ones that said 2 to 3 years required. You had 2 years now. You were qualified. Technically, specifically, demonstrably qualified. 3 interviews in 2 months, 1 offer, $42,000, a real title, work that used the degree you had spent 4 years and considerable money obtaining. You took it. You sat at your new desk on the first day and thought about the posting from 2 years ago. Entry level, 3 to 5 years preferred, $36,000. You were now doing something comparable for $6,000 more 2 years later at a company that wanted you, because you had the experience they said was entry-level to have. Here's what the entry-level job actually cost, not in money, in time. 2 years, that's what it cost to become what the posting assumed you already were. 2 years of building experience that the system required you to have already before it let you in. 2 years during which your rent did not pause. The city did not offer you a discount for being in a transitional professional phase. The gap between what you earned and what the life ahead required did not narrow because you were working on it. You paid full price to gain access to something that was advertised as entry-level. There's a version of this story where you blame yourself, where you network more aggressively, where you take every coffee chat and informational interview as a moral failing if you don't pursue it with maximum energy, while also doing the job that pays your rent and cooking your meals and sleeping occasionally. That version is available. A lot of people live in it for longer than 2 years. The other version is the one where you look at the posting again, entry level, 3 to 5 years required, and you recognize that this is not a description of a job you were not ready for. It's a description of a system that decided the cost of entry would be paid entirely by the person entering. You were ready. The door was just not labeled correctly. And now you're on the other side of it. That took 2 years longer than it should have. It cost 2 years of salary you did not earn yet. It required 2 years of patience that nobody warned you to bring. But you're here. And the next posting you ever write, if you ever write one, will say what it actually means. Thank you for watching Priced Out. Please subscribe to see more Priced Out videos.